Good morning, welcome. We are now at vlog 16 and it's now, I believe, 6 weeks of dieting. People have spoken to me and asked me where I'm getting my motivation from to attempt to lose £100 in a year. And I'll explain that to you. And a lot of people said, oh, I wish I could do it, I've got so much weight to lose. Not probably quite as much as I've got to lose, but they've got a lot of weight that they want to lose themselves. So what I thought I'd do today, and I do not want you to get the impression that I think I'm some sort of expert in this, because I'm clearly not an expert in weight loss and nutrition, but I know how to motivate myself, and I'm going to motivate myself and continue to motivate myself all throughout this year. So my top 10 tips for you to begin your own weight loss journey, should you choose to do so. Tip number 1, prepare for victory, prepare to succeed. You may well have been on several diets, you may well have joined gyms, this, that and the other, and made so many attempts at losing weight and they failed. But prepare to win this time. If you can get your positive mental attitude together, you're going to succeed. And there is no alternative. You're not going to fail, you're going to succeed. And get your head right. If you start off thinking, oh, it's never going to work, I'm doomed, it's never going to work and you are doomed. If you start off saying, I'm going to win and I'm going to do this, I'm going to succeed and I will be slimmer, then that's what will happen. Number 2, in order to get yourself positive, you need to get rid of your excuses. You might think they're reasons, but they're excuses. Excuses not to diet, I don't have the food in, we'll get the food in. Excuses not to exercise, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's too windy, I'm too tired, there's something good on the TV, I've got to do the ironing, I've got to do this, I've got to do that and the other. The way I'm talking about doing this is taking your weight loss over the course of a year, an entire year, and it's a nice, slow, steady form of weight loss. It's no crash diet, it's no 14 hours a week in the gym or anything like that. This is 1 hour a day that you'll devote to exercise, or 30 minutes or 40 minutes a day. That's what you should be doing. And that's all. There's nothing spectacularly demanding of your time. Point number 3 is don't reward good behaviour with bad behaviour. What we're trying to say with this is you need to get away from this reward thing, and your reward being food. You need to work out a whole new mentality when it comes to food. These are not treats, these are not because you deserve it, these are not because you earned it. Food is just fuel. I mean, if your car was running particularly well, you wouldn't put an extra litre of fuel in, would you? So why do that when it comes to your eating habits? The mentality is, and I suffer from it, I will have a hard day at work and then I'll think, do you know what, I'm going to have fish and chips tonight because I deserve it, because I worked hard. And what it does is it embeds a feeling in your head, a thought process in your head, that food is a reward, or bad food is a reward for good behaviour. You have to stop that, you have to get out of that, and I've had to try and do that myself. Get away from the burgers and the bacon butties and the fish and chips, because it's not good food. The calories that you burn aren't currency. You can't spend them. You can't burn off 1,500 calories in a day and then spend some of that on a chocolate bar or a packet of biscuits. Stop counting your calories if that's the way you think. In fact, what you're trying to do is burn off your surplus, this surplus and this surplus. You're trying to burn those off. Not burn some of them off and then I'll backslide a little bit and I'll have this and I'll eat that and I'll eat the other. You've got to change your relationship with food, and particularly with bad foods, the processed foods, the overly sugared foods, all those sorts of things. If you can do that, then you're going to lose weight. nor is chocolate, nor is a bag of crisps, nor is a packet of biscuits or anything like that. You've got to move away from the bad foods and stop thinking of them as rewards or treats. They're not. They're actually ways of continuing your unhappiness. As much as you think that eating a chocolate bar is lovely, it's not, because it continues the unhappiness that you suffer from because you want to lose weight. You're just extending that unhappy period. If you're like me and you struggle with your joints because of your weight problem and because of maybe age or whatever, then I have some news for you. I think that burning your calories throughout the day is better for you than giving it a 1 hour long blast at the end of the day. I'll explain why. Your metabolism can be sped up when you exercise, and is sped up when you exercise, and more to the point, after you have finished exercising, it continues for a while afterwards. Food is being pumped into the system and it burns off as heat, etc. So what I'm going to suggest you do is, instead of exercising for an hour, you exercise quite vigorously for 10 minutes. A 10-minute walk, I mean, I can walk around one of the blocks, Elizabeth Way, or the Lizzie Loop, I think I called it. Around about 1,000 steps. It takes me 10 minutes or so, and if I walk it fast, I get a bit of a glow on. That's good, because that will continue for around about an hour afterwards. So if you walk for 10 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever, and your metabolism is then burning at top speed for another hour afterwards, you can understand that if after that hour you then did another 15-minute burst, okay, and spread this out over the course of the day, your metabolism is going to be burning at a quicker rate for most of the day. If you lie on the settee until you can finally convince yourself to get up and get out the door, your metabolism is slow, and then you're asking it to get up to a peak, and then it will carry on for an hour or so afterwards and go back down, because you're on the settee feeling happy with yourself, feeling satisfied with yourself that you did your hour's exercise, but your metabolism has gone along the bottom, or rather probably the way you're looking at it, along the bottom, up, kept high for a couple of hours, drop down again, and there. So you can see that your metabolism is not working as quickly as it might do if you're doing this all through the day. But I don't want this to be like Sparta, and I don't think anybody's going to succeed with it if they're going to like just beat themselves up all the time. I think if you want to lose, say, 2 or 3 stone, divide it up. Reward yourself, but reward yourself maybe after a stone or after 2 stone or in some other fashion like that. Okay? Don't reward yourself with food. Reward yourself with a day out. Reward yourself with a trip somewhere, a trip to the theatre or something like that, or a trip to even to the pictures or whatever you want to do. Just reward yourself, but don't reward yourself with food. Reward yourself in another way, and reward yourself in something that you have wanted to do, but you always keep putting it off. One of the other points, point number 7. Point number 7 is quite a famous saying amongst people in the field of telling other people how to lose weight, which, as I say, I'm not one of those. I'm not qualified for that, and clearly not. So what I'm going to try and say is, the saying is, walk a marathon and eat 10,000 meters, or run a marathon, eat 10,000 meters. You have to understand that a lot of people, what they will do is they will take their exercise and then they will reward themselves, and again we're back to this rewarding yourself with food. So because they're exercising and because they're doing a lot more activity than they previously were, they think that gives them a license to spend their life down the chip shop or in the McDonald's queue or whatever, because they earned it. And again, it comes down to this: what is your relationship with food? Do you regard it as being just fuel, or do you regard it as being a reward for good behaviour? If you are regarding it as a reward for good behaviour, then you're doing it wrong. And this is where your problem is. Point number 8. Admit your faults. If your faults are you can't resist the biscuit barrel, if your faults are you can't get out the door and go and do your exercise, admit that to yourself. Now, if you were advising your best friend how to get over those problems, how would you do that? And then turn it around and do it for yourself. Admit what your weaknesses and faults are and find some solution. Don't try to live alongside them. Find some solution to them and use it. Point number 9. If you were an expert at all this, then you'd lose weight consistently and probably would never have got yourself in the position that you're in now. You're not an expert in this, nor am I. And what I'm saying is throughout the course of the year, I will fail. I will fail miserably at times. I will fail for an entire month at times, I expect. But the thing is when you fall off the bike, get back on the bike. When you fall off a horse, get back on the horse. And when you fall off your diet and your exercise regime, get back into it as soon as. Don't beat yourself up. Don't think it's useless and a waste of time. Start again. Get on it again. And begin again and succeed again. And my final point, point number 10. When you start a year-long weight loss journey, it's daunting to look at that. You can't look at that. You can only look at it as far as that's your end goal. But what you must not do is look at this all at once. The only thing you can do is deal with today. The here and now, plan for tomorrow. That's as far ahead as you can. My advice is given freely. I hope it works for you. I hope it works for me. Still trying. I wish you the very best of luck. If you can, keep in touch with us on here. Leave your comments and let us know how you're getting on with your own personal weight loss journey. And keep in touch with me and mine. Thank you very, very much for listening. I hope some of it is of use for you. I hope all of it is, really. But if you can get something good out of it, then I'd be really happy. Alright. Now the weigh-in number 6. This week I am exactly 152.0. So that's now 5.7 kilos, annoyingly close to a stone off. It's been a tough week, no doubt about it. And there's been times when I haven't been as on it as I hoped I might be. But either way, that's the way it is. It's 152.0. I want to get under 150 pretty quickly. I want to get over that first stone off pretty quickly, and I'm not there yet, but I'm on my way. And what we're going to try and do is keep it going. Now, I'm not going to make any promise how many steps I'm going to walk every day or anything like that, because I'm finding it tough with a taxi to find the steps, the space in between. We have had a bit of sunshine, but we've had some torrential rain, and we've also had a cold wind, and I haven't fancied it, basically. These are my excuses. These are the reasons that I gave myself to justify me not doing it, and I'm trying to work on that. Those are the problems I have, and I'm no Superman, that's for sure. But I'm trying to work on it. So I hope you're trying to work on yours as well. I hope you'll give me your support, and I hope you'll give your friends a support as well in their own journey to try and lose weight. If they reach out to you for help, help them. All right. Take care, and I'll talk to you sometime soon. Bye bye.